Hey guys, what is up? It is Slockster, and today I'm doing a mod spotlight, something I haven't done in a while, and it's on the RC mod. So I know a lot of people have reviewed this mod, but I installed it thinking I saw what it was and I like the concept of it, and I've installed it, and I cannot stop playing this. I just think it's the best thing ever. I really like it, so I decided to do a mod spotlight on it. So pretty much, what this mod does is it adds a whole new range of, not necessarily blocks, but kind of like pigs with saddles on them. They're remote control vehicles, and we have the fighter jet, which is called the RCF-102, the trainer plane, which is like a biplane, a submarine, a helicopter, an RCXD, which I think is a pretty new addition. I think it's like a couple weeks old, but I don't know how new it is. But I know it's a new edition with the newest update. And an RC boat and an RC car. So kind of how these work is the more advanced or complex, I'll say, RC vehicles, they use the blue controller. So this thing, the fighter jet, the biplane, the submarine, the helicopter, and the RCXD all use the blue remote control. The green remote control uses the RC car, and the RC boat use the green remote control. So that's I don't know why they do that. I guess maybe to make it match, or look at the size or how important or how complex. I don't know, but they added two controllers for some reason. Anyway, also in the creative menu, I also see there's a second page, and this is the RC mod. You'll see here you have all the items to build these RC vehicles and all the RC vehicles in the creative mode. So let's get started. First off, we'll start with the biplane, which is the plane. If you're new to this mod, I'd recommend you try out the biplane first, because the jet, that's a lot harder to control than this biplane. So start with the biplane. What you want to do is let me get to a flat area over here. When you place down any vehicle, you need to right click on it a second time. So you right click to place it down, and then you right click again on it to see the redstone pop out. That means it's on. And then you switch over to your controller, and if the radio control is not already on, right click to turn it on, and you'll see now my mouse is pretty much focused downward. So if I try to move up or if I try to move down, it's focused at this angle. If I press W, you see my screen kind of flips out. If I press F5, 3 times, I go into this plane mode. If I press F5 again, it goes into like a farther back plane mode, and if I press F5 again, it goes into a front plane mode. So we'll go into this plane mode, and we will fly this plane. I think I can start off over here, maybe. Oh god. Oh god. Is it? No. Also, if you press R, that then restarts you to where your last place was. So where you placed it down, that'll restart you there. So this is the plane. You press right and left and down and up on the arrow keys. There's a plane that I flew before that got out of range. It kind of glitches out. Anyway, basically you use W to speed up, and you can see at the bottom left my throttle is 100%. And you can also see the range at the bottom left. And S uses it basically acts as a throttle down. So if I hold X or S, my throttle goes down and I start to lose altitude and lose speed. But up and down, if I press down, it moves the rudder up and down using the up and down arrow keys. And that's basically how you move. That's how I move left and right. If you press left and right on the arrow keys, it will circle the plane and make it turn. Well, like rotate. Sorry, not turn. And then if you press D or A, it will. I don't really like this turn, but it turns it and then it points it down towards like a crashing position. That's what this one does. And also a really cool addition. I don't know when this was implemented, but if you have a lot of speed with any of these planes and then you turn, I didn't get it there, but you get a streamline effect, and that's pretty cool. So we'll move on to the next vehicle now. I'm not going to try to bother to land it. I'm just going to crash this plane. If you hit water, it crashes. So now we have the jet. This thing accelerates a lot faster, and this is also very hard to control. If you have never played this mod. If you've played the mod and you know how to use the basic airplane, you might want to try this out because it's really fun. This accelerates a lot quicker, and it has a lot faster speed. So when I get altitude here, you'll see my speed is just increased by a whole bunch. And this plane can also go straight up. So you'll see I'm at kind of like a borderline effect now. If I keep going up, my altitude or my height is not getting any slower. My speed was actually increasing. Okay, so now I can show you the streamline effect. If we go back down, oh, come on, work. If we go back, yeah, you see that? You see that? That's streamline effect. So watch. If I turn, that's the streamline effect. That's when you see like an airplane in the sky, those clouds behind it. That's called streamline. That's what this plane is doing. The plane, this plane is really cool. I think both of the planes have weapons, and if you press F, you can cycle through the weapons. You can see I have a yellow dot there, and down at the bottom right it says armed. I'm really not sure how to use these weapons, and I don't have enough time to kind of figure out how to use them. I think basically you press F to arm onto something, and then when it's pointing down it locks onto the land or locks onto a creature. I don't know. I may have just fired it then because it said loading. But it locks onto something or just moves on the land and it fires. I don't know what fires, maybe machine guns, maybe rockets, I have no idea. So if you guys want to test that out for yourselves, you can. Press F to switch between armed and off, and press spacebar to fire usually. Okay, so we'll move on to the next vehicle now. Let me just crash this plane. That one's a really fun one. Okay, so we'll move on to the last air vehicle. Let's have the helicopter out. The helicopter is one of the more stable vehicles if you know how to control it. At first, I managed somehow to get it to spin out of control, and I don't really know how I did that. But W and S basically move it up and down, and you can move it up and down, and then pressing D and A will rotate this. Also, if you press right and left on the D-pad, it does like a different rotation. So we'll move into the airplane kind of point of, or the helicopter point of view now. If you press forward on the arrow keys, it'll tilt it forward, and then you press W to kind of move forward. It's a kind of a tricky thing. You don't really want to get a lot of speed with this thing because it's going to be a little difficult to control. Oh, you see, I lost connection there, or lost signal. But this thing, it takes it's pretty stable. I mean, if you want to go places without turning, it's a pretty stable way to get there. So if you just want to go in a direction, you can go there. You press I mean, it's just a stable kind of vehicle if you know how to use it, at least. But also, which is kind of cool, is that you can see at the bottom beneath it, there's like particles to show that there's air beneath this. So that's kind of cool. But I'll go ahead and crash this and move on to the next vehicle because I can. I'm gonna go upside down and just kind of freak out. Okay, so there we go. So I crashed it. Press R to reset it. And I'm gonna switch out of the right click it. And, oh, that didn't work so well. But switch out of the controller and place it down. Okay, moving on to the I think second to last vehicle with the blue controller is a submarine. This thing's pretty cool. I didn't place it very far there. So pretty much with the submarine, right click on it to get it started, go back to the blue controller, go into submarine mode. It's pretty fast. I mean, compared to swimming as a person, not as fast as the boat, but compared to swimming as a person, it's pretty fast. WASD, move it around, that's how you do it. And then if you press the left and right arrow keys don't do anything, but the down arrow key submerges the submarine, which is really awesome. And I think this is really cool if you have like an underwater kind of house. That's a pretty nice addition to your house, so you can say hello to the squids and, you know, kind of explore the underwater area like you wouldn't usually be able to do. But the best thing about this is, I think the tracking is a little off for this, but if you press F, you can go into this hovering above the submarine down there. You can see kind of below where I'm circling around the submarines down there, and it goes into a weapon mode. It fires TNT. Let me see if I can hit these sheep. It's a little off, so I don't know if that's the programming or if it's just a bug I have in the mod, but you can see there just went all the way over there. Let me try it again. So you can see there's a missile thing that flies up, and it just explodes. It's like a piece of TNT, except I think a little less damage in. So the deal with this is, I think it's on a grid. You can see it keeps going towards there no matter where I point it, and if I point it, I think, to this direction a little more, it'll possibly, I don't actually know. I have no idea why it doesn't work for me, but it doesn't. So, yeah, see, you can see it pretty much went Oh, by the way, you can move it as well while you're in weapon mode. So look, I'm moving along, which is pretty sweet. So, you know, if you want to have like an above kind of view, an overhead view while you're using submarine. Oh, I'm stuck. I gotta go up. While you're in a submarine, that's something you can do. I'm still stuck. Why am I still stuck? Alright, there we go. That's pretty cool. So, the submarine is kind of nice, just for like underwater bases and just for exploring the ocean. Let me see if I can hit the sheep. Oh, I think I hit one there. Let's try it again. Exploring the ocean, things like that. Yeah, I'm hitting it, but it's not exploding. I don't know why. Come on, go, fire. Yep. And no explosion. God damn it. Alright, well, you press F again to get out of that, and you're back in submarine mode. So I will go ahead and get into the next vehicle here, which is the RCXD, which at first I was kind of confused about when I installed the mod, but after figuring out how to use weapons and things like that, I wasn't that confused anymore. So we will break the submarine, and we'll put the RCXD down on the floor, right click on it, and we're back into vehicle mode. So we'll go back into RCXD mode, and this is a pretty nice addition to vehicles because the wheels aren't squares and they're not round. They have different shapes and things like that. So you might be thinking, wow, this is pathetic. It can't even go up blocks, but it can jump if you press spacebar, or not spacebar, sorry. If you press up, it can jump. It does like a weird bunny hop or an ollie. I think of it like a skateboard. You'd go front first and then back first. You look ollie kind of look. But it's a little off, so if you go up to a block and you try to jump, it will not get over it. It's a little bit off, but I guess that's what you get with no momentum. Anyway, that's pretty much what you can do with the RCXD. Oh, wow, I'm stupid. You can make it explode by pressing F and using the weapons. That's the weapon. So you press F, you go up to something you want to kill, and you press space, and it blows up. And you just saw the snowballs kind of fly around there for like half a second. It's got a pretty devastating effect, about the same size as TNT. It doesn't drop all the blocks like TNT does. It's exactly the same as TNT, except it's mobile TNT. So if you have a server with this, you better watch out for those things. They're devastating to your houses. Okay, so second and last thing, we're almost done. For the boat, you have to right click on it again, and you have to use the green controller, right clicks to get a signal. And now I'm on a boat, and this boat is pretty cool. It's it doesn't crash, I don't think, if you run into blocks, but oh, it does. The worst thing you could ever have when you are using a boat is freaking lily pads. They suck. They're pretty much invisible to you while you're using this boat, and if you hit them, then you will die. The boat will explode and you will not be able to use this boat anymore. So you have to watch out for those. If you're gonna go freestyling with a boat on a river or on a lake, you want to watch out and remove all the lily pads first. Oh, is that my plane? That's my plane. See, it glitches out when you don't properly break it. It glitches out in the water. Oh, there's another there's another plane just chilling out in the water. Stop playing. This I don't think has a weapon. Does it? Oh, there's a Skype message in the way. Hang on a second. Nope, doesn't have a weapon. So this doesn't have a weapon, but it's a pretty nice addition to vehicles. Yet again, I mean, you know, submarine was pretty cool, but this is a lot faster than the submarine. So if you want to go very fast along water places, this is the way you're gonna do it. You can use a boat. Okay, so let's turn around and go back, and we will use the last thing, which is the car. So the car I don't think has any weapons either, and it's just like the RCXD. I don't know if it can jump though. I'm pretty sure it can't jump. I'm pretty sure it cannot jump, but it might be able to. So let's try that out. Car. Oh, no, not E. Car. Right click on the car. Go into this. And can it jump? Oh, it can jump! Yay! Okay, so the car is pretty much like the RCXD. Problem with... Oh, God! Okay, don't run into walls with the car. It's a bad idea. Apparently, it blows up with the slightest contact. Okay, so we will go back into car... Oh, whoops, I don't have my controller on. Okay, problem with the car. when you start moving forward, you'll notice the car kind of does fixed kind of movement forward, and the front wheels come off the ground. You can't move them, so I'm pressing right now, and you could see my wheels turn just then. But it doesn't let you control it, so you have to be kind of careful when you're accelerating with this thing, because it doesn't have the best steering when you're first trying to accelerate. But apart from that, the car is like the RCXD except without explosives, so I don't really, apart from kind of racing, I mean, even with racing on servers, I mean, you still use the RCXD because you can blow up your opponents with weapons, but apart from that, I don't really see the need for the car, because if you have an RCXD, you can at least stop people on the server grabbing it, breaking it. You can just blow them up instead of them grabbing it. But it's still pretty cool. So, you know, RC mod, check it out. It's really fun. I cannot stop playing this mod, especially because of the planes. I really like the planes. They're really fun. So try this mod out. Go check it out for yourself. It's really worth it. I'll leave the download link in the description, and also I will leave the install link from Skydaz. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but I found a website called Skydaz. Probably haven't found it. It's been around for a long time, I'm pretty sure. But basically what this website has is, you know, I'll save that for another video. But you should check it out. Skydaz, leave the link in the description for that. It has an installer for the mod, and you can just, instead of installing all the extra add-ons, just go to Skydaz, run the installer, and mods in. So I'll see you guys next time. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, don't leave hate comments. I've been getting a lot of those from people lately, but I mean, if you guys really want to hate on my videos, don't put it in the comments. If you really want to get a message across to me on how bad my videos are, you think, send me a message. Don't put it in the comments. Send me a message. So, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a favorite, leave anything. Check out this mod. Download links in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye.